Today my kitchen is getting a complete organization refresh. I'm going through every cabinet and drawer, sharing the organization systems that have actually worked for us, making a few changes where things could function better, and decluttering anything we're no longer using. So whether you need to tackle your whole kitchen or just need a few organization ideas, I hope this gives you the motivation to get started. This morning we're going to start in the kitchen. I feel like this area won't take too terribly long, but I want to go through the cabinets and just make sure that there's not anything. You guys know how things just like accumulate over time and just living life. So I want to just kind of go through and make sure there's not anything that we can declutter in here. So let's get started and see how quickly we can get through here. Okay, let's talk about this drawer. So it's not terrible. I understand it is not terrible, but it feels cluttered to me. I feel like it doesn't function well. Like these things are sliding around. I used to have this set up a little bit differently and I think that it functioned better. So I'm gonna rearrange. I can't remember exactly how I had it, but I'm just gonna do a little rearranging with that.
You know I love it. Love and hate, romantic sin. Fire and ice gone with the wind. You know I love it. We're the kind, burning blind. We're breaking on.
Okay, this is somewhat better, but I still just, I don't know, these need to be in containers. It just helps so much. Like you guys know, I used to not get a ton of these. I don't know. I just felt like it was wasteful spending for some reason. But since I've decluttered so much of my house, I have realized they really are so helpful. I saw recently that Walmart sells them individually. So I used to always buy a pack, which I like when I'm like need a bunch for a whole drawer. But at this point, I need some that are bigger than these. So I brought these in here in case I saw an area where I could use those, but they're a lot smaller. So that's not the size I need, more like this size. So what I may do is just add that to the list. This is the perfect time when you're going through things to see what you need. You don't always know what you need ahead of time. So this is a good time to just make a list, put it on there, and then I can grab those and then it'll be an easy, quick fix. This drawer is already good. It pretty much stays this way all the time, but I do like to check it because occasionally like all of this kind of gets out of whack. But you guys, this is from Target and it comes as a whole pack. Now I've refilled it a little bit because we had a few here and there. I don't have any more of this size, so I need to put that on the list. But if you want to have like all the different size baggies and just buy them all at one time, Target sells it. It just comes like this. We love it. Obviously, you know, school lunches, or you just need to put leftovers or whatever it is. It's just easy because you have every size and they all stay together. It doesn't like shift around and make a big mess. It pretty much just stays organized. So that again is from Target. I will try to link that if I can. While we're right here, let's just go ahead and go through these two really quickly and see what is going on in here. I have not opened this before being on camera, so it looks pretty good. I do see this is in the wrong spot, which is no big deal. I'm just gonna move it, but overall it looks really good. So you guys, if you are new, I decluttered my entire house. All of this used to look like a huge junk pile, and actually most of my cabinets did, and I thought I was organized, and then I saw how terrible it really was, and I was like, wait, let's declutter the whole house. So I did, and I filmed most of it for you guys. So I'm just gonna put this where it goes, and just this area does kind of need to be like tidied up. So let's go ahead and do that really quick.
Northern lights, blurring skies. We're breaking all the laws of our universe.
Super easy, like 30 seconds later, we are back in business. So that's why this makes it so easy to maintain your home, if just every now and again, just kind of go through your cabinets. This cabinet is where we keep a lot of our coffee supplies. So our coffee machine is right here. So we just keep it right up here. And we have a lot of our like supplements, vitamins, extra coffee, protein powders, all of that. So this cabinet can kind of look cluttered, but we have a lot in here that we actually use a ton. So I don't think there's anything in here I can actually clean out. You guys, we love 7 Brew, and my husband, he made a copycat. Like, he just came up with a recipe and it tastes almost exactly like 7 Brew. And anyway, but it doesn't, you know, it has to be in a 7 Brew cup. But I'm just gonna kind of organize this really quickly. And you guys, it literally takes no time to get this area done. I just want to make sure that if there's anything in here that we no longer use, I just want to make sure I go ahead and clear that out, because you always want to have like a little breathing room if possible. This one doesn't have much breathing room, as you can see. So we'll just start a little declutter pile over here and toss these. This cabinet is where we keep all of our cups. So we have the ice maker here, of course, refrigerator here. So it's just where it makes sense to have the cups. But this is the one I'm always scared to open, because you guys, from down here, it's not super terrible, but all of these and all of like these kind of cups can sometimes get out of control. And I just feel like my family loves to collect cups. And so you guys, I'm sure you can relate. You guys collect cups. But, you know, it's just, I figured out a way to kind of group them. And so it makes it look not as bad as it used to. You can go back and watch any of my declutter videos and see how I decluttered a ton of this. But you guys, this is out of control. I'm gonna have to pull those down. My boys are not home right now. Those will be something I have to ask them what they can part with. But let's go ahead and go through some of these and see what we can find where we can clear out a little space.
Just let me see your bad streaks. Maybe they'll match my freaks, yeah. I'd kill to see the stars cry, roam in the dark while...
Okay, so all of the colorful cups, I'm gonna show you. I try to group them by like the same type in a row, and I try to have like a tiny space between them. I know this sounds crazy, but you guys, when you give your things like a little breathing room, it helps so much. And then these, they're not exactly like those, but I feel like, I don't know, you guys, it just is what works. It's what feels better to my eye when I open this. If you don't have one of these, this thing is amazing. If you have a lot of water bottles for your kids or for you, it really does help you. Like, you're not having to stack them like this and dig back there when you're wanting to use a different one. It helps so much. They are up high. It really hasn't been an issue. They kind of use the same one for a little while, and we just wash it every day, and then they'll want to change. So that's why it works for us up there. But if you need to have it down lower, even like a lower cabinet or something like that where they could get to if they're going to use a different one every day, would work too. I have several things I'm going to leave sitting out right here for my boys to go through and see if they are a yay or nay when they get home. But slowly but surely our little pile is building up, and slowly but surely everything is just starting to come together and not like so cluttered and crowded. It really does not take that long if you'll just kind of go through your things, especially if you've already decluttered. If you haven't, again, like I said, I have videos of me decluttering almost everything in my entire house, every drawer, every cabinet. It used to not look like this. So if you really need like major motivation to clean out, go check out those videos. I just want to make sure there's not anything in here that needs to go. I do like to keep extra measuring spoons because, you know, when you're baking or making something, I feel like, you know, you use all of these and you're having to like wash it. And then of course it's something that's like a dry ingredient and it's already wet or had oil or whatever where you measured something else. So I like to keep an extra set back there. They're just older ones that we already had. And then when I got the gold, you know, I didn't want to get rid of those, and it just works out good when we're making or baking things. So that drawer is fine. Let's see. This one is probably fine too. Let's check it out really quick. This is just where we keep more of our, you know, dishes and things like that. I have some serve things up there. We host a lot for the holidays and birthday parties and things like that. So I like to keep some of that right there. I do have a hosting closet also where I keep other things, but overall this one is fine. All of this, there's nothing in here that I can see that needs to be decluttered, so we don't need to go through that. Again, all of this I decluttered on camera, or almost everything. So if you need some inspo, I've got it. Go check out those old videos. But this is where we keep our pots and pans. You guys, if you were here for this video, it works perfectly still in here. I mean, this pretty much looks like this all the time. I'm not having to dig out, like they used to just be stacked and crazy in here. I'm telling you, this works out so good. I just kind of stagger everything and it has worked out beautifully. I love everything right here still ever since I decluttered in that video. Let's move on over here. Oh, another thing I love. The lighting is kind of dark in here, you guys. At least in this cabinet. Let me try this angle. But I got this from Target, and you guys, it made the biggest difference. We used to always keep our pots and pans like stacked, you know, just like layered like this. So we'd have to like it was always the one on the bottom we needed. Do you guys feel like that? It's always the one on the bottom. It just did not work well for us. So these are the ones we use most of the time. These are super rare. Like we hardly ever use these, but we do host a lot. So when we're gonna have like Thanksgiving and things like that, we use this more, or we make a giant pretzel with this and we're having football parties. So this, we're not really like digging through. This is more when we're hosting. It's rare that we make muffins, but it's just on top. So anyway, this works out great. If you have all this stacked and are digging, get one of those. I do put this wet in here sometimes, so I need to wipe that. I'll leave that open so I can remind myself to wipe that, but this one can kind of get out of control a little bit. This is the best I've ever had this drawer, and I know it's not beautiful and Pinterest worthy, but it just works. I have the organizers in here. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking like, do I need to try some of that museum putty? I've tried it before. It just didn't really hold things well. But it does kind of drive me crazy that it shifts around. But as far as finding everything in here, you guys, it is so easy. We know exactly where everything is in here. So I just want to kind of look through, especially this one, and make sure there's not anything we can part with. Probably not. I just kind of want to do a quick browse through. Now, if you are doing like a huge declutter, you want to pull everything out. That is what I learned when I decluttered my house. I would literally pull everything out. So I just want to make sure everything is just kind of in here nice and neat, or we can find it. And it just, I don't know, you guys, this drawer just works. I know it doesn't look the best. Oh, I know, I can pull that out and put it either with the hosting or something. But this drawer, like I said, not Pinterest worthy, but you guys, it just works. So if you have an issue with your drawers getting cluttered all the time, get these dividers and it makes it so much easier. I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe this real quick, you guys, while we are here. I think it probably left like a permanent mark right there, but at least I know it's clean, and I'll just have to remember to make sure I dry it super good. I always think these are dry and then water gets kind of like in the crease right there and drips. So anyway, that is done. Let's go ahead and look under here. This is where I keep all of our cleaning supplies. And this one is pretty much stays like this all the time. I do want to go through and make sure there's not anything that has gotten put back in here that's empty or just a little out of place. I just want to make sure, like you guys, ever since I started using this, it smells so good. I don't even use my Pledge anymore, so I'll put that in a pile for a family member. And I just kind of want to go through and make sure I don't have anything else that is either a duplicate or I just realized, like, tried and didn't like. This, okay, this has been my favorite glass cleaner forever. And I don't know, lately it just feels like, I don't know if the formula changed or if it's me, like I'm doing something different, I don't know. But it leaves my glass streaky. So I wanted to try something else, and since I loved the Method wood cleaner, I figured I would try their glass cleaner. It does work good, but the smell is mint. And you guys, it smells like I'm at the dentist office. So I just don't like the smell too much. So I don't know. I'm going to hold on to it until I find something else, but I have to keep testing things. If you have a glass cleaner that you like, be sure to let me know. And see, this is just too cramped. Like, there's just too much going on. So I'm going to take this one out because I just don't love the smell. I'm going to go ahead and take that out, and then we'll just leave everything else right here, ready to grab and go. This is where I keep my cleaning towels. These are from Amazon. I will link them in case you're interested, but you guys, I love these. I do not like microfiber anything. I don't like how that feels at all. And I like to use these for cleaning because I know when I see these in the laundry, I know these are cleaning, so I wash these separately. They're not getting mixed in with like any other towel that we would use or anything like that. I just keep them all right here. Extra sponges. I got these from Target, so I can link those too. These are great. This size is really good for these type things. And I don't know, I think I got this at Homegoods. And I don't know, most of the organizers are from Target and some are from Homegoods. Okay, the last area in the kitchen is the junk drawer slash homework drawer. So I have like sticky notes, pens, pencils, scissors, lint roller, tape, all the things that we use very frequently and we need to like reach and grab. This used to be a cluttered mess. I could not even shut this drawer. I have this on a video. This is probably my very first declutter video because this is where the whole house changed after this drawer. So that is my encouragement. Like if you are going through things and trying to see, you know, what you can, I don't know, you're just wanting to get started on decluttering your home, start with something small, and I'm telling you, it will just snowball. I just kind of want to go through here, and there's not anything I'm seeing, you guys. I just wanted to move this stuff out of the way so I could make sure that something random hadn't gotten in here, but we use these little screwdrivers, I feel like all the time, always reaching for some kind of glue, little measuring tape. If you have kids and you are constantly, or they are constantly needing to pump up a ball, you guys, this has been a game changer. We've had this for, I don't know, a year or two. You can set the setting to what type of ball it is. If it's a football, volleyball, kickball, whatever, I don't know. You just select it, press it. I don't even do it. My kids do this, but they love it. All the neighborhood kids, all my boys love it. We have kids that come from down the street wanting to pump up their ball. It is game changer. It's like electric, so it does it itself and pumps it up like to the right, I don't know, the right amount. Anyway, that was a game changer. One of the best things we've ever bought was that little thing right there. We keep, of course, like to open Amazon packages or whatever, any packages that we have delivered. Love this. It has like, I don't know if it's like ceramic or something, but it's supposed to be like safe. So we've had this for years. Love that. It's so tiny too. It just fits right there. So anytime we have a package, us or our kids or whoever, we use that. Extra charger. Anyway, I don't see anything I need to declutter in here. That's the bottom line. One area I forgot to mention is the pantry. I went through this off camera recently, so I'm not gonna go through this area, but don't forget about your pantry or your cabinets where you keep your food. Don't forget to go through that. It helps a ton. To make sure that you kind of stay on top of that. So like I said, I did this one off camera, so I'm not going to go through the pantry. It should be good to go for right now, but definitely another time I'll make sure to film when I'm going through this area. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it gave you some inspiration for your kitchen and your space to get it decluttered and organized. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you on the next one.